My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Uncharted Drake's Fortune. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But I have a real special place in my heart for this game. Before I even had a PlayStation 3, I was obsessed with this game and Batman Arkham Asylum. I read reviews, I watched videos non-stop. So the day I got a PlayStation 3, I was just so pumped up and I fell in love with this game and I still love it to this day. So let's begin talking about the cast. And Nolan North is perfect as Nathan Drake. This is such a likable, charismatic lead character who's funny, smart, a badass, he's passionate, and he's caring. Like, I forgot just how much of this game is him wanting to protect Elena. He doesn't care about the treasure as much as he does about her well being, and I love that aspect. And he just carries this game so perfectly. It is the exact type of leading character you need in a game like this, and he just delivered in aces. Then you've got Emily Rose as Elena Fisher, who is smart and tough, and she can really hold her own. She's a delightful presence, and I love the relationship that forms between these two characters. It's not on the nose, but it just develops in a very organic fashion, and I love that. And then we've also got Richard McGonagall as Victor Sullivan, who at first you're unsure if you can trust this character. He seems a little shady, but it's so weird to go back to this game knowing who Victor Sullivan is as a character because he is the most loyal friend ever. But in this first game, you're not entirely sure. But he's a great presence. I love what he added to this game. Lots of personality and just the way his dialogue is delivered and the fact he's always smoking cigars. He's just fantastic. I also like the three different villains. They're not amazing or anything, but you've got the smart guy, Warman, the underdog, Navarro, and the bumbling idiot, Eddie. You know, like, there's no real depth to them, but they stand out due to their distinct personalities. So, the villains are really good, and the story is just the perfect introduction to these characters, and it's the perfect adventure story. I mean, you've got the hero and the damsel that he falls in love with. You've got the good friend and the after treasure that bad guys are also after, and then it turns out the treasure is cursed. Like, that's just everything I want in a game like this. Just perfection. Simplicity is key. And I do like the decision that they're going after El Dorado. We've all heard of it. It's iconic. It's just a great choice. And I love how creepy this game gets in the last section. You know, you see some creatures here and there, and you're like, what's going on? And then you're underground, and you gotta fight them. Then you're in a bunker surrounded by them as they're coming out of the vents. That entire section is just perfection. It used to terrify me as a kid, and it still gets me on edge. It's just got that perfect atmosphere that I love so much. And speaking of atmosphere, the music by Clint Bajakian and Greg Edmondson is just perfection. It is iconic and it just adds to this game in every sense. It makes it feel big and epic. It adds a sense of adventure. It adds emotion when needed. It adds romance. It is just top fucking notch, and I love it. I really do. The graphics still hold up for the most part. Like, you can tell that it came out in 2007, but it still looks good actually. The environments are brought to life very well. The texture is great. Like, every area just feels like it has a past. And the characters emote very well. Once again, it's not, the best. It's a little bit dated here and there, but it's still a very easy game to look at. And the gameplay is fantastic. I love how you can climb all these different areas. The gameplay mechanics for that is great. The puzzles are really good. They're not super challenging, but they do their job. But the combat is the standout. It is just awesome. It is very challenging, and I love how you can go about it in different ways. Like, you can hide and shoot behind something, you can attack head on, you can use the machine gun, the grenade launcher, the grenades, the pistols. There's just so many options to choose from, and no matter how many times I play these games, I never get tired of it. I love how when you snipe someone, they do this over exaggerated flip. It's just perfect. I love how you can use a turret and attack people that way. The booby traps in that one section makes it so it's really fun. There's one great chase scene, but the hand-to-hand combat is definitely lacking here. It's not good at all. The stealth element could have been improved upon. And there was one really frustrating part where you're going upriver in a jet ski, and it's just annoying. It's not fun, it's not too difficult, it's just annoying. So that section gets on my nerves. And while we're speaking negatives, let me address a few others. There's just a few weird moments. Like, on the map, you see that there's a key in a heart, and you've got to get the key from the tower. And this is early on in the game. But I don't know why it would be on the map. Like, it doesn't really make any sense. There are certain areas that you come across in the latter part of the game that the bad guys haven't been to, but when you get there, they're already there. And I get it's to add combat, it's to add some enemies to fight, but it doesn't really make sense narratively, so it does take me out of it. There's also many sections where you have an old map or a journal, and the characters are in the water, but somehow it never gets wet. I find that to be distracting. And I also thought the last half of this game has a few too many misdirects. Well, oh, we're here. We finally did it. And then it turns out, nope, not actually. And oh, now we're here. This is where the treasure is. And nope, not actually. It does start to feel like a little rinse and repeat. I wish they handled that a bit better. So, I've got a few minor issues with this game, but I still think it's great. I have a lot of fun while playing it. The climbing is great. The puzzles are fun. The combat is so terrific. The story being told is the perfect adventure story. The characters are great and they're just set up perfectly here. All the voice cast is top notch. There were some nice creepy elements as well. The graphics still look great. The music is great. I know I said I got a few issues with this game, but it just means so much to me, and I still think it's legitimately an awesome game. So I gotta give Uncharted Drake's Fortune an 8.5 out of 10. Okay, have you played Uncharted Drake's Fortune? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin,